Hello, this is Rochelle with Soulful Alignment, and I hope everybody's doing alright. Um, I had to go take my own little hiatus for a while. I hope everybody had a good week while I was away. I know some of you may be tired and overcoming a physical illness and you're tired of fighting and just need a break. And it's summertime, it's time to enjoy that time, and so that's what we need to do. Um, there might be some jealousy and rivalry and disruption to your plans, or, this may be something to do with personality clashes at work, you know, um, yeah, or in relationships. Well, you're fighting it off, and for good reason, because jealousy and rivalry isn't necessary. You know, it has a tendency to really ruin a lot of things. But, for some of you, you're carrying the burden, to the destination. You've already put down those things that no longer serve you. And for those who haven't, you need to, because the burden will become overwhelming, and we don't want that to happen. And when things like that happen, things like this happen, people mess us over, but we've got to do what we can. This is about healing the soul. So, you know, these cards can be negative even if they're in the upright position, and though it says that this could turn into a situation where it's being stabbed in the back, loss, drama, karma, conflict, tears, all that stuff, just rewrite it, like bring back the joy and the happiness in your life, because this was all it's about, helping the soul, helping the soul, you know. So you want to do things that are good for you, things that you don't like to do, things that you hate to do, things that are good for you, things that are not good for you. Leave them behind, You got to leave all that behind. You're sure of yourself, you know. Um, so when they say gender, that tarot is not gender specified, these cards are, but okay. So what? It's not a gender in this instance. If you can tell in this card, this person is very sure of themselves, very assertive of everything, sure enough to know that all the seeds that they planted, are coming to fruition, and they're reaping things, and it's coming slowly but surely. So is the blessings. They're already happening. You want a new beginning, have hope, you see, there's the destination in this card. It's coming. You got to let go of the embarrassment. There was trickery and illusion in your life. It's a small defeat, but when we're dealing with healing the soul, you got to have the negative with the positive, but you got to keep it even. And in this case, you need to let the negative go, because if you don't get second chances. That's in a relationship, and or a job. But in this case, it came out as a relationship. If you don't follow your intuition, you'll be stabbed in the back. Chances are some of you may be living in a spot where you grew up, or you've been there for a long time, and you grow to know people, and it's turning to find out that, the higher you sit in your throne and see things, you're not so happy anymore, and it's affected a relationship that you want with someone, and sometimes everybody else's business doesn't matter when it comes to what you want. Because at the end of the day, what are you willing to live with, Look, tower moment, sudden upheaval and change. It shows that you need to bring about some kind of change in your life, and you've been receiving revelations that come in the past, things that you're like, oh wow, like aha moments, secrets are coming out, use all this and use it in a positive way for a better future, so and when we're walking with integrity and knowledge, just because you know a lot of stuff doesn't mean you gotta tell it. This person that I'm reading about walks in silence. Like, they know what they know, what they know, what they know, but they don't run around telling everybody. It's very, very a romantic kind of energy. And this person's on a spiritual journey, and they're at this point where they're willing to take new risks, they're willing to take new chances, they're willing to step outside a comfort zone and try something new, get new experience, a whole new beginning. So now they're on a travel journey through tarot. So this is today starts their reading. So this person that I'm reading for, you're on a new spiritual journey. Now, what you're wanting to come to pass may not happen right away. It also indicates that you are trying to help someone in some type of way that will benefit their life. This card usually means money out of nowhere, grants, stuff like that, like, charity, given to people, like somebody on Social Security, they get a check, they don't get this money out of nowhere, it's the money they weren't getting. Just as you were married or are married, you do have children, and you love them deeply. You love everybody in your circle deeply, but you're really not all that great at showing your emotions. You're somewhat closed off, but you have a lot to offer. So, some of you are wanting a business partnership with someone to collaborate. Some of you are waiting for news on a new business venture. Some of you are waiting as though, the higher I keep getting up in the chain, it's not appeasing me. Well, maybe you should have courage and try something new. Don't stay on the fence forever, because where are you going to get? Good luck's, on your side. Get down, and so is money. So, yes, and the person I'm reading for, Jupiter, was rolling around the day you were born. So, yeah. So, let's see what your number is today. Oh wow, odd number, a 19, and if you think about it, 1 and 9 equals 10. So something in your life, a lot of things apparently, is coming to an end. That's good. So from Soulful Alignment to my viewers, I love you all very much, and I'm glad to be back, and I hope to see you soon.